Once upon a time, in a small village nestled amidst bamboo forests and rice paddies, lived a young woman named Simcheong. She was known for her kindness and her unwavering devotion to her father, who was blind. Simcheong yearned to ease his suffering and bring light back into his world.
Simcheong, my dear, you are always so thoughtful. But how can we ever find a way to restore my sight?
One day, an old monk visited their village. He spoke of a powerful dragon king who lived beneath the sea. The monk claimed that the dragon king could restore sight to the blind. However, the price for this miracle was high, 300 sacks of rice.
Father, I have heard of a way to restore your sight. The Dragon King of the Sea can grant this miracle, but it requires 300 sacks of rice.
Simcheong's heart soared with hope, but her family was poor. They could never afford such a vast quantity of rice. Determined to help her father, Simcheong made a secret pact with a group of sailors. They promised to give the rice to the Dragon King in exchange for Simcheong offering herself as a sacrifice to the sea.
I will do whatever it takes to bring light back into your world, Father, even if it means sacrificing myself.
With a heavy heart, Simcheong boarded the ship. She bid farewell to her village, her home, and the life she knew. As the ship sailed farther and farther away from shore, Simcheong felt a growing sense of dread. Yet, she clung to the hope that her sacrifice would cure her father's blindness.
Simcheong, you are incredibly brave. The Dragon King will surely be moved by your sacrifice. Let us tell you of the wonders that lie beneath the waves.
The sailors, moved by Simcheong's selfless act, tried to comfort her. They told her stories of the wonders that lay beneath the waves, but Simcheong could only think of her father, left behind in a world shrouded in darkness.
Thank you for your kindness, but my heart aches for my father. I hope this journey will bring him the sight he so deserves.
Finally, the ship reached the open ocean, where the waves roared and the wind howled. The sailors, fearing the Dragon King's wrath, prepared to fulfill their end of the bargain. With tears streaming down her face, Simcheong jumped into the churning sea. Instead of drowning, Simcheong found herself surrounded by a warm, ethereal light. She was no longer amidst the cold, dark depths of the ocean. She was in a magnificent palace, more beautiful than anything she could have imagined. This was the underwater kingdom of the Dragon King.
Simcheong, your purity and sacrifice have touched my heart. I will spare your life and grant you a new beginning.
The Dragon King, moved by Simcheong's purity and sacrifice, decided to spare her life. He enveloped her in a giant, luminous lotus blossom and sent her back to the surface. The lotus flower, carrying Simcheong within, floated upon the waves like a magnificent ship. Days later, the lotus blossom drifted ashore near a prosperous kingdom. The king of this land, known for his wisdom and kindness, discovered the blossom and its precious passenger. He was immediately captivated by Simcheong's beauty and grace.
Who is this enchanting woman? She must be a gift from the heavens. I will make her my queen.
And so, Simcheong, who had sacrificed everything for her father, found herself reborn into a life of prosperity and love. The king, smitten with Simcheong, made her his queen. Despite her newfound comfort and luxury, Simcheong never forgot her father or her promise. She yearned to see him again, to know that he was well.
One day, I learned of a tradition in this kingdom. Each year, the king holds a grand feast for all the blind men in the land. He believes it is his duty to care for those less fortunate.
Simcheong saw this as an opportunity. She convinced the king to hold a special feast, inviting blind men from all the surrounding kingdoms. She knew that if her father were alive, he would make the journey to attend this feast. The day of the feast arrived, and blind men from far and wide gathered at the palace. Queen Simcheong anxiously watched as each guest entered the grand hall. She searched every face, her heart filled with a mixture of hope and despair.
Suddenly, my heart skipped a beat. A familiar figure guided by a young boy was slowly making his way through the crowd. It was my father. But something was different. He was no longer blind.
Overwhelmed with emotion, Simcheong rushed to her father.
Father, I offered myself to the Dragon King so that you could see again.
Tears of joy streamed down her father's face as he realized the magnitude of her sacrifice.
My dear child, your sacrifice, it is beyond words.
The king, witnessing this touching reunion, was moved by the depth of their love.
The love between you two is truly remarkable. It is an honor to witness such devotion.
The story of Simcheong is a beloved Korean folktale that has been passed down through generations. It is a timeless tale that celebrates the virtues of filial piety, sacrifice, and the unwavering power of love. Simcheong's selfless act reminds us that true love knows no bounds. Her story teaches us about the importance of family, the the strength of the human spirit, and the enduring belief that even in the darkest of times, hope can bloom anew. Simcheong's tale continues to resonate with people of all ages, reminding us that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a profound impact on the world around us. It's a story that encourages us to embrace compassion, to cherish our loved ones, and to never lose sight of the magic that exists within our own hearts.